Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica McCleskey, and I'm going to be starting something new on my channel where I use some old palettes and products to give you a new look. So to start off this look, I'm using this Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation in the shade Vanilla, and I have a swatch video a while back if you go and check it out where I swatch all of these shades of foundation. And to apply this foundation, I like to use a beauty blender rather than a brush, and I like to just pounce it into my skin, and it just makes it look really airbrushed and flawless. And when I do my foundation, I like to match it to my neck and then also carry some down to my neck as well. Next, I'm concealing with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 10. This is one of my favorite affordable concealers. It just has a really nice consistency, it dries down really well, and it doesn't crease very easily, so I like it for priming my eyes as well. So now before I finish buffing in my concealer, I'm going to spritz my beauty blender with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. And I just like doing this because it prevents my concealer from looking cakey, especially if it's a drier consistency. Now I'm going back in and setting my face using the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. This is a translucent powder. Going back in with a smaller beauty blender and just doing this under my eyes to bake, and then I will do my T-zone as well. And then I'm also just setting my eyelids before I do my eyeshadow, but that is completely up to you and your preference. So now for the eye look, I'm going in with an oldie but a goodie. It's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm taking these two shades, White Peach and Georgia, and just using a fluffy blending brush and going all over. Then going back in with Candied Peach and starting the crease and transition shade. I will have all the brushes that I used down below in the description box. So now I'm taking a Morphe M441 brush in the shade Summer Yum, and I'm working that into my crease, or you can use any blending or crease brush that you have and then work it into the outer corner as well. Next I'm taking the shade Puree and a Morphe E22 brush, and I'm just going to work that into the deeper part of my crease and the outer V. This brush is just a little more pointed and precise, so it really gets into the crease, which I like since I have hooded eyes. Now I'm taking the shade Bellini and I'm just working that onto my lid. I'm using a flat shader or concealer brush, and I'm just bringing that up past my crease to create like a cut crease effect. Now taking the shade Peach Pit and the Morphe M441 brush and patting that into the outer corner, and then slowly working it up into your crease and just lightly dragging it over to your inner corner. Now I'm taking the shade Talk Derby to Me, and I'm using a Sigma liner brush. It's the angled liner brush, and I'm just going to use this in place of eyeliner, so along my lash line. Now that I'm done with the majority of my eye look, I'm just going back and wiping away the translucent powder. Next, I'm taking one of my favorite mascaras. This is from Too Faced, and it's the Better Than Sex mascara. This mascara is just really volumizing and lengthening, and it makes my lashes look super pretty and long, but they don't get clumpy, which I love. Now I'm going back in with a little flat brush, and I'm taking the shade Nectar and just popping that in my inner corner and then along my brow bone to highlight as well. Now just going back into the shade Candied Peach and just working that across my lower lash line, and I'm using my same brush as before to do this. Now just to make it a little deeper and even with my top, I'm taking this shade Summer Yum that we used in the crease and working that along the lower lash line as well using a pencil brush. And just finishing off with one coat of mascara on the lower lashes as well. Now that we're done with the eyes, just going back and finishing off the face, I'm using the Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer and a Morphe powder brush. This is one of my favorite brushes for powder and bronzer, and I'll link it down below as well. And I'm just doing that along my cheekbones, forehead, nose, and neck and collarbones. And now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pool Party Brush Trio and using a Luxie blush brush and just doing that on the apples of my cheeks and then up across my temples in a C motion. For a quick way to carve out your cheekbones, you can take your translucent powder on your beauty sponge or brush and just work it under the hollows of your cheeks and let it bake, and then wipe it away after a few minutes, and you just look a lot more defined. And to highlight my face, I'm taking this highlighter from Too Faced. It's the Prismatic Love Light Highlighter in Ray of Light. And I'm using a Sigma tapered highlighter brush and just doing the highest point of my cheekbones, and then I'll go down the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow as well. And this highlighter just gives a really soft, natural finish, so it's not too glittery and it's not going to give you like a blinding highlight, but it is buildable and you can always make it more intense by spritzing your face with your setting spray and then going back over your highlight as well. If I'm wearing a shirt with a lower neckline, I always like to highlight my collarbones as well, just to make them pop. And to complete the look, I'm taking this lipstick from ColourPop. It's the shade Uno Mas. It's like a pretty peachy nude shade. I think it's a pretty universal nude, so if you're looking for something peachy, I would definitely recommend this one. And just to make my lips look a little more plump, I'm taking this ColourPop X Makeup Shayla Lip Gloss Collab. It's the shade Neat Freak. It's like a pretty peachy gold gloss shade, and it's just perfect over any lipstick. Now to set my makeup in place, I'm going back in with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and just spritzing all over my face. And if you want it to melt in even more, you can fan your face, or you can dab back over with your beauty sponge as well to make it all melt in better. And this is the finished look, so thank you so much for watching my video. As always, if you like it, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments what you think of using these throwback palettes and what you want to see more of in the future. Bye!